Good morning, folks. How you guys doing today? Alrighty, let's get that paused. Happy Wednesday. We are wrapping up our chapter 2. There we go. Java fundamentals. Sorry, I'm trying to put my phone here on quiet. There we go. Okay. Chapter 2, Java fundamentals. We're wrapping that up today. We talked about the first project, zero, I'm not really counting much. Project number 1 on Monday as well. That one's coming up for you guys to work on. So once we've finished today, then we'll have a little bit more time, a little more practice time. And then we've got another SI session. Sorry, my printer is trying to print out some worksheets for the kids, and it did not want to cooperate with me earlier. So we'll finish up chapter 2 today, have a little bit of practice time, we'll work on a couple other things before we move on. We'll have the SI session after class, and again, if you do attend one of those sessions, I can get you an extra point on the chapter 2 quiz, which I'll be posting after class as well. For the quiz, you can open it, you can close it, you can start it, you can save it, you can come back to it as many times as you want until it's due. All you have to do is get it in by the due date. It's open book, it's open notes, it's open internet, but it is not open neighbor. Right, so these are individual quizzes for you guys to work on. You can use your resources. I don't expect you guys to memorize anything, because as a professional developer, no one is going to tell you you have to do it off the top of your head. Right? There's always going to be things you have to go look up and find and research, and so I don't expect you to memorize any of it. Hope you got your coffee. We are in for some fun. So let me fire up NetBeans here, and I'll open up our. I can open up the repository after. NetBeans makes it slow enough. Hydration, yes, thank you, Fallen. Yes, we'll drink some coffee. All right. What do you mean, like running forever? Yeah, horse. I mean, some classes they want you to memorize the equations, and I don't teach those classes, so I'd much rather see if you can apply something than if you can memorize an equation, right? So like solve a problem with the equation is much more interesting to me. So like, here, let me open this one up here. Come on, NetBeans. Close this here. Close other projects. So if it's still running, is it waiting for some input for you there? Remember, because we use scanner to get input, and it's probably waiting for you to type something. Like when we were doing our, enter a number sort of thing, the ones place, the tens place, you add them up and you get a 9 again. It's this sort of silly thing. So in this output section, the biggie, invest in GameStop or GameStop stock. Is it GameStonk? Is that what Elon Musk says? You must be following my Twitter, that's a whole other thing. Wow, it's thinking hard about it. Let me close that down, maybe. Yeah, slowness detected, yeah. All right. Here we go. So yeah, enter my name. So it's running here and it's just waiting for us to input something. So when we use the scanner to get keyboard next line values, there, where's enter your name? Right here. So we're at line 118 right now. it is just waiting for us. And it's not going to go anywhere until we give it a value. So I can give it a value, and then it will keep on going here. So that might be what's going on. If not, I can take a look and see. Ooh, yeah, trigonometry and identities. So I did all right in Calc 1. Calc 2, I actually had to take twice. It was, you know, a lot of the equations you could derive, but there just wasn't time on a test to derive all of whatever 6 of those equations I needed or something like that. Yeah, so, oh, and if it is running and stuck, you want it to stop, you do have this little red stop button over here in the debugger, so it's a little bit small. So you can force it to stop as well with this red stop here. Geometry proofs. All right, so let's see. I gotta pull this up here real quick. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Well, I learned, what was it, there's a trick with your hand and for your unit circle, for your angles, to figure out like which was which. And so like you had the 90 degrees essentially, and then something else, I forget what all it was, and then you would know like, oh, this was square root of 3 or something like that. Oh, there's a whole Google or a video about it that was pretty good that I should go find. There's a lot of good tricks in math class. Oh, I'll stop that. Ooh, it stopped. There we go. Nope, that's the wrong window. This one over here. Alrighty. We did characters, we did identifiers, names, floating points, Unicode, assignments, arithmetic, parentheses. Aha. Did we do anything with final? Okay, we did a sales tax rate in final. Good, good, good. We talked about final. So this sort of thing, we have a nice name for a variable. We're going to set once and never change it. Final can be helpful for that. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Strings. We did a little bit with strings. Okay, so some interesting stuff about strings. This is kind of interesting. Is when we're using a string value. So like if I said string and I had, I don't know, we'll call it class name. And we'll say this is CIS 1500. Strings are actually a little bit different. Oh, I froze? Oh, man. Yep. Just the camera. Okay. That's neat. That's all right. I mean, I could stop it and restart it real quick. Give me like 10 seconds. I'm going to hit stop, close OBS, and restart it. Not that, I mean, you need to see me the whole time, but I feel like it makes it a little bit more personal rather than just watching some YouTube video. Okay. Let me just stop and restart real quick. It should stay on. Give me just a second.